My name is Yoshonori Kitase. I am the producer for Final Fantasy XIII-2. Final Fantasy XIII-2 takes place immediately following Final Fantasy XIII, where Cocoon has fallen and Sarah, who is Lightning's sister, is the main character and travels through time to find Lightning, who's gone missing with the new character named Noel. One of the new elements that you'll find in XIII-2 is the Historia Crux, which allows the player to select the time and place that they'd like to travel to. Which means that this also allows for the player to travel back in time to replay a segment that they've already played. As far as how many endings are available, we'd like to keep that as a surprise for the players once they actually get to play. But an example would be that a boss that is too strong to be beaten can be challenged again by traveling back in time once the characters have grown, and that opens up a new gate leading you to a new ending. Final Fantasy XIII was very story-driven, and we wanted to tell a very specific story, more linear, and the fans felt it was too linear. So this time we wanted to make a player-driven game where the players have a choice on where to go and what to do, so that was a main theme of XIII-2. As for the combat, the paradigm shift still exists in its basic format, but we've added a choice of 150 plus monsters to join your party, and that adds a multitude of variations to your party's battle style. In XIII-2, the characters aren't able to use summons due to the fact that they're no longer l'Cie, and so the monsters do somewhat act as a replacement for them. They do serve a similar function, but obviously with 150 and more, there's much more variation to the style. For Final Fantasy XIII, we wanted to create a battle that was strategic yet fast-paced. But for XIII-2, we wanted more visual effects added to it to make the battles more exciting. And so we've added what we're referring to as cinematic effects. And so in boss battles, there are triggers that cause for additional effects to take place in battle, as well as when ally monsters use their special skills. The story of XIII-2 begins with Lightning going missing, and Sarah sets out to solve this mystery. That story is obviously a big part of what we want fans to look forward to, but also seeing the returning characters like Snow and Hope and what their involvement is in the story is another big portion.
Hello, I am Kitase-san. I am the art director for Final Fantasy XIII-2. Typically, it's Titiana Mura that does the character designs for Final Fantasy, but I personally was assigned to design Lightning in Final Fantasy XIII-2, working alongside him. And I think her new look reflects a lot of what happens in the storyline, and we're really looking forward to revealing that later. For XIII-2, we wanted to express the serious and darker tone of the story into the overall design. So you will be seeing that throughout the character designs, as well as the visual effects that appear within the game as well. As you can see in the trailers, the location where Lightning appears, which I'm referring to as Valhalla, was one of the most difficult locations to graphically design and showcase. I came across a photograph that just seemed to fit perfectly with the image I was looking for, so I based the world around that photograph. Each of the characters have grown, but Sarah in particular was very cute and more of an innocent character in Final Fantasy XIII. But her journey to find Lightning has made her stronger, and I feel that has been reflected in her design as well. Of course, for players of Final Fantasy XIII, the continuation of the story is a big part of it, but there's also many new gameplay elements. As the art director, I especially want fans to look out for how the visual expression has been polished over since the last game. The game will be available January 31st, 2012
on PS3 and Xbox 360.